the big vice presidential debate between Palin and Biden. How nervous are the two camps, both camps, about the people they're putting up in this debate?
Some of the McCain camp are nervous about Governor Palin, but they shouldn't be. They've totally mishandled her for the last week or two. Free Sarah Palin. Free Sarah Palin. That's what I say. They have look, McCain picked her because she was a good governor, a good politician, a good communicator. Let her be a politician. Let her communicate it. Put her on TV, put her on radio, let her relax, let her go into the debate and try to win the debate. They've surrounded her with former Bush White House aides who, if I might say in a way typical of the Bush White House, have gone into a total defensive crowd. Ooh, let's not make mistakes. Be very careful. Katie Couric, 9,000-part interview. Don't talk to any conservatives on talk radio or on television. That would be just talking to the people who might vote for you. Go get quizzed by Katie Couric and don't make a mistake. They've really, I think she's strong enough to overcome the very bad advice and very bad staff work that's surrounded her recently. I gather that Senator McCain isn't happy with the way his own team has been sort of dealing with Governor Palin. I hope they free her over the next few days and tell her, go win the debate with Joe Biden. Don't be defensive.
And what about Joe Biden, who, I mean, you don't know what he's going to say.
I don't even worry about Joe Biden. Joe Biden is a pro. I mean, Joe Biden shoots off the top of his head.
1929 and
look,
FDR and television.
These are minor mistakes, and what I'm going to hear from Britt in a minute is, different level of scrutiny for Biden than for Sarah Palin. You're right. That's right. When a guy's been in Washington this long, when he's headed, foreign relations, when he's been around the track, you have a certain level of comfort. Sarah Palin hadn't been around the track.
Britt, did he anticipate what you were going to say?
Well, I would say this about it. I mean, the truth is that Biden has been an absolute gaffe machine. Some of them have been perfectly hilarious, the things he said, and to some extent he gets a pass. But if one thinks that's because he's been the chairman of the Foreign Relations Committee, he's wrong. He gets the pass because he's a Democrat.
Oh, no. No, come on. People, what do you think that they're going after Obama as young, dangerous, unexperienced, reckless? And in fact, that's what we just heard from our colleagues here this morning. That's what McCain is doing. That's what he did in the debate.
I understand that.
But with regard to Palin, let me just say, they wouldn't even put Palin in the spin room after the debates. Joe Biden was out there in the spin room.
Right.
And I think that, when Bill says that they're mismanaging her, the idea they put her out there with the world leaders at the UN, she looked bumbling. She wouldn't even talk to reporters then. She goes on with Sean Hannity, our friend, and what happens? She can't even talk about the bailout effectively. And with Katie Couric, it was an implosion.
Look, for this debate, no one is going to benefit more from low expectations than Sarah Palin. She has got about the lowest expectations. People think she's going to come on and babble incoherently, and I think she's going to do just fine.
Britt, you get the final word about Sarah Palin.
My guess is she'll do fine, but I think Bill's right. They got to let her be herself. And she'll do fine.
And what about the whole question of foreign policy? I mean, obviously, look, she wasn't thinking about this 6 weeks ago. No reason she should have. So how does she deal with her inexperience on the foreign policy issue?
It seems to me that she needs to say something perfectly true and perfectly candid, which is, look, I've been the governor of Alaska. Yes, I've had some matters before me that have related to foreign policy. I'm not a leading expert on that subject now, but in the fullness of time, I will be. And as much as I need to be, and the key issue in this campaign is supposed to be the economy anyway. You might think they'd want to ask her a few questions about that. I think that's the subject the Obama campaign claims it wants to talk about.
All right. Thank you, panel.